Wagwan, it's your boy Sos, man. Back with another reaction. We got your boy Pressa stepping in the room today, man. Shout out to Toronto. Shout out to all my G's in Toronto, Canada. Rock with y'all. Cause y'all rock with me, so I rock with y'all. To all the new viewers, like, comment, and subscribe if y'all new to the page, man. Show some love. I reach out. I rock with everybody, man. Follow me on the gram, $Sos for a follow back. I'm following back. I'm not like these other dudes. Feel me? That's not gonna follow you, trying to get their followers. No, I rock with the people. But let's jump into this, man. Pressa, from Kidnapper to Drake to Opener. Let's do this. And that's my boy Houdini, the cuz. Right there.
Toronto's rap scene is on the rise. One of their biggest rappers is a dude named Pressa, who got a wild story, including opening for Drake's tour while out on bail for kidnapping charges. Let's tap into the come-up and career of Pressa, Toronto's babyface badass. Pressa was born and raised in the Driftwood neighborhood of Jane and Finch, a hood in Toronto known for crime and gang activity. His mom's Filipino and his dad's Jamaican. But at just 5 weeks old,
oh, my son, the yard. Wagwan, brethren.
was sentenced to 15 years to life for second-degree murder after shooting a security guard. So, he and his brother were raised by a single mom, and while she was working, trying to provide, Pressa and his brother quickly got sucked into the streets. His brother Shamar started selling crack as a teenager and ran a gang called the Young Bucks Killers. The gang would get caught up in a police takedown called Project Marvel and got linked to many different crimes, including shootings and drug trafficking. The police determined Shamar was the leader of the gang, and Pressa was being trained to be the next in line. So cops raided their home and found multiple guns, cash, and drugs like coke and ecstasy. Pressa pled guilty to selling drugs from his mom's house and got hit with 14 months in juvie. While he was locked up, he had his brother sneaking weed for him to smoke. The officers eventually searched his cell and found the weed and charged him with organized crime with the intent to sell marijuana. They ended up dropping the organized crime charge, but he was still tied in with Project Marvel, which would follow him for a long time. 10 months after he got out, Pressa went on the run for an attempted murder charge. He ended up getting caught and arrested after 14 months on the run and spent like 9 months in jail.
Damn, Pressa started off young wildin'. So he did juvie time, so he must have been like 14, 15 on that first drug shit. Came home and then caught a temp. Yo, bro, if you just looking at him, and it's never good to judge a book by its cover, because you will die in these streets judging a book by its cover. Facts. A nigga will kill you. Because looking at him, you would not think that. When I seen him dead Cold Lorraine, I didn't know nothing about him, bro. Blick was telling me about him. Like, you don't know the cuz, Pressa, doing all that shit. So I tapped in with him. I'm like, oh, okay. You feel me? Don't judge a book by its cover.
But he eventually beat the case, and all charges got dropped. While he was dealing with his own legal situation, his father got released from prison on parole. But he was only out for like 10 months before getting into an altercation that violated his parole and got him sent right back. Pressa was in jail at the time, so he never got to reunite with his dad on the outside. But he said his pops always picked up his calls from jail because he knew what it was like being on the inside. So he had someone he could rely on to talk about what he was going through. His brother Shamar.
Bro, when you be in jail sometime, bro, that's all you be really needing, my nigga. It's somebody that just to listen to you, you feel me? Because you got to get some shit out in there, my nigga. Niggas don't be understanding that shit, so it be really, not saying best when you talk to somebody that been through it, but they'll understand you a little bit more if they've been through it. You feel me? They'll answer the phone for you quicker. You been through it. Like, you feel me? Like, nah, man, answer the phone, my nigga, call. You feel me? A friend or something, or a girl, even they see you calling, they like, whatever. Bro, you can't call them back. You gotta answer them calls. Word. So a nigga in jail just be needing somebody to talk to.
He got convicted on multiple gun, drug, and gang charges and was given a 10-year sentence. So, with his brother sitting down and no one else to look after him, Pressa started making music as a way to escape the streets. He dropped his first song, Wasp Gang, in 2015 with Robin Banks, another Driftwood rapper. The song was a tribute to their friend Wasi, who recently got shot to death by police outside of a nightclub. Wasi was one of Pressa's day ones, and they came up together in the streets. When he died, he was on the run for a double murder. While he was out partying, the police caught up to him, and it led to a shootout. Wasi fired at them first from inside a car, so police responded by spraying bullets, and one hit him in the chest. Wasi was well known in the neighborhood, and his death was a major loss. Seeing his close friend get killed had a major impact on Pressa, and he decided to make a change and do something more positive to avoid ending up in the same situation. Was's gang went viral and became a big hit in the area. Robbing banks already had a growing fan base in Toronto, while Pressa was only known around the neighborhood. This was his first introduction as a rapper, but it showed he had talent from day one. He started dropping music more consistently in 2016, but his street activities eventually caught up to him and almost destroyed his whole career. In April 2016, members of the Young Buck Killers threw a party at an Airbnb in downtown Toronto. Members from the Queens Drive Crips, who were known to beef with the Young Bucks, tried to crash the party. The two gangs ended up getting into it in the hallway, and like 10 shots was fired. The whole thing got captured on CCTV, which shows two Young Bucks members ducking into an elevator while being shot at from the hallway. No one got hit, but the shootout was enough to set off the Young Bucks killers who wanted revenge for getting their party crashed and almost getting killed. So they came up with a wild plan. They decided to target the two 17-year-old Crips who gave up the party location to the rest of the gang. They somehow convinced them to meet at their spot, where they kidnapped and tortured them. They was held hostage for like 48 hours and forced to do some real sick shit. They got tied to a chair and beaten up pretty bad. They was also forced to play Russian roulette with a loaded gun. At one point, they even got forced to perform sexual acts on each other.
That's different right there, y'all. I remember I heard this in one of the other reactions I did, but I'm never gonna get over that. Like, bro, that's different kind of like, you feel me? Like, niggas, I don't know niggas doing shit like that. And I know some steppers, niggas in jail for, like, I know all kind of people. Bro, niggas ain't kidnapping niggas and making niggas fuck each other, bro. That's crazy, bro. Make each other, give each other head, bro. That's wacky, bro. You would've just had to kill me, nigga. Blow my head off, bro. Yeah, that ain't happening. Blow my fucking head off. Kill me, nigga.
These was two teenage boys. If that ain't bad enough, they also filmed them doing it just to embarrass them. The torture got so intense, it got the neighbors' attention, and they had to move them to a different spot to avoid getting caught. Then,
bro, them niggas was in there wilding on them niggas. That shit got the neighbors' attention. Them niggas was in there screaming, no! Nigga probably was fucking each other screaming. Yo, dog. Pressa a demon. Coyle Ray, what you got yourself into, man? Coyle Ray like them gangsters, huh?
Contacted the victims' families and demanded a ransom. They eventually let the two boys go after one of their moms paid $3,000 up front and agreed to pay another $7,000 within a week for a total ransom of $10,000. The kidnappers also told her if she ain't come up with that extra $7,000, they was gonna put out the videos that showed them performing sexual acts on each other. So the victims was released, taken to the hospital. At first, they said they would talk to the police, but later changed their minds, probably afraid of what could happen if they was also labeled snitches. But it ain't matter, because police found enough evidence to start making arrests. The most famous name caught up in the case was none other than Pressa, who was arrested on charges of kidnapping for ransom, unauthorized possession of a firearm, and assault with a weapon. Even though police say he was one of the primary instigators of the violence, his lawyer argued that he only played a small role in the kidnapping. They don't think he's the one who actually planned it, but it's not clear exactly what part he played in the crime. The courts must have believed his lawyers because they allowed Pressa to be released on bail to await trial. By this time, his music career was already heating up, and he took this as an opportunity to try to change his life for good to avoid going down the same path as his dad and brother. He dropped multiple singles, which all racked up millions of views, including 100 Wasi bars and Lavish. He also dropped his debut mixtape, Press Machine, in 2017. Then, he teamed up with super producer Murder Beats for the song Novocaine, which became his breakout hit and gained him more fans outside of Toronto. The song started to attract the attention of major artists, including Drake, and Pressa was invited to open for the Six Gods Boy Meets World Tour in 2017. Drake had posted a video of himself singing along on Novocaine while in the UK. He and Pressa ended up linking up in Europe when Drizzy was on tour. This cosign helped Pressa's career, and after that...
What? That's a cosign. That's the best cosign you could get. Drake? Drake? You shitting me? Drake, I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with Drake. And I fuck with... Drake my favorite rapper all time. Ever. I don't care about... I ain't gonna say I don't care about Biggie and Tupac and them, but Drake is the best ever. Facts. But Drake really be tapping in with the niggas in the hood, though. He be linking like, I ain't gonna lie, in his hood, and I didn't know that. I didn't know Pressa and Top 5 and all these niggas was demons, and Drake is fucking with them. That shit made me fuck with Drake even more, cause I thought Drake was a square. Drake put real niggas in position, bro, and I respect that.
He started collabing with major names in the industry like Tory Lanez and British rapper Gigs. But Drake also faced a lot of backlash for bringing Pressa on tour while he was out on bail for being involved in a brutal kidnapping. Even though Pressa got permission from the court to go on tour with Drake, the Toronto police wasn't happy about it and called several venues to shut down the shows. But Pressa ain't let this stop his grind, and he continued to make the most of the opportunity he was given. He seemed focused on putting the gang life behind him and making a change for the better, even if his past continued to haunt him. The courts must have noticed him trying to change, because in December 2017, he was cleared of all charges related to the kidnapping after being out on bail for about 18 months. The only evidence prosecutors had to link Pressa to the crime was one of the victims saying he was pistol whipped by someone who looked like the guy who rapped under the name Pressa on YouTube. The judge ain't think this was sufficient evidence.
That's definitely not enough evidence for you to say you think that it's the guy. Like, nigga, we going to trial. If that's all evidence you got against me, nigga, we going to trial. Yup. Facts, because that's bullshit.
To positively ID Pressa as the gunman, so he beat all charges. But 2 other members of the Young Bucks killers, who were supposedly the real ringleaders of the kidnapping, got convicted and sentenced to 6 and 9 years. After beating the case, Pressa stayed true to his promise to leave the streets alone and move to LA where he could focus on music. He dropped his debut album, Prestige, in 2019, which debuted at number 1 on the iTunes Canada hip-hop charts. In 2020, he signed a deal with Sony Music Canada and dropped an EP called Gardner Express. In 2021, it was announced that Pressa was in a relationship with another up-and-coming artist, Coi Leray, who's the daughter of Benzino, the former CEO of The Source magazine. Even though Pressa still uses street themes in his music and talks about the life he grew up in, it seems like he put the past behind him and is on to bigger and better things. Hopefully, he can stick to the music and not fall back into the lifestyle that almost ended his career.
Like, comment, subscribe, man. I fuck with Pressa. That's the cuz too. I fuck with him. So yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. We on the road to a number that don't stop. You feel me? Squeeze.